If I had to start all over again in 2025, either with my agency or my freelance digital marketing business, I wouldn't do cold outreach, I wouldn't do direct sales, and I wouldn't do any sort of content creation where I'm sitting in front of the camera being awkward to myself and to anybody watching that. But what I would do is I would start an Instagram profile where I would produce a specific type of content. And in this video, I'm going to show you the funnel and the strategy that I discovered in the summer of 2024 for my agency, which currently gets me 2 new clients every single week. I will show you exactly step by step how you can create the Instagram profile that converts trust, what exact content to create when you're just starting out, and how to convert the followers to buyers. And let me give you a quick backstory why I discovered all of this and how it all happened. So back at the summer of 2024, I was doing sales calls for my agency all the time. So I had an ad that was running and I would do an intro call with them. I'll get their phone number, right? And then I would go to the sales call and get rejected most of the times, because although they were signing up to my ad, I had a problem with trust because they never saw me, there was no brand, there was no credibility, and although I had a fancy presentation and all those screenshots, they were like, okay, but you could fake that. How do I know you're not faking that? So I started to think, okay, I need to do something that's different. How can I get that trust from the people? Because I know that they need my service. I know that my service works. So what can I do at that point? And the only solution that I came up with is they have to be exposed to my presence for longer periods of time. And the way to do that is to run a brand on Instagram. So let's dive into the steps that you can take to get the same results as I did. Now, before you start, there are a few steps you have to take in order to see success and to be secure that it is going to work for you. And the first one is deciding on your service. I just want to tell you, you have to pick something that's in demand right now. That could be anything connected to AI, anything connected to content creation. It can be connected to ads, and try and keep yourself in those areas. And second thing is finding your niche. Now, niche with a big number of businesses is something that you want to find. If you have, for example, in your town, 2 businesses working in that sort of niche, that's not good. You want to have like a big number of businesses already running so you can pitch to them. And the saturation, as you probably heard all the time, that's a lie. There is no such thing as saturation. It just means it works, but you just have to find the good offer angle to promote to those people. And what I've seen it works the best is just working with local businesses. They show the best for me because they are always lacking the marketing part. So whatever you pitch to them, they will probably need that, or a combination of few things. You can always pitch something to them because they don't have time to work on the marketing side. The third thing is figuring out your offer angle. Now, you can do web design, right? But why would somebody buy from you? And this is the thing. So you want to be asking yourself these questions to get to the offer angle that is going to work for you. First one is, what do your clients want? What is their goal? And it's usually getting more clients, getting more money, getting more revenue, maybe getting more free time even. Then you have to ask yourselves, what are their pains that you can solve with your service? The next question is, what are their desires that you can help them achieve? There are many more questions that you could be asking yourself. I have them all in my free content formula. It's going to be the first link down below. You can check it out and figure it out more than from these 3 questions here. Now, moving on to the second step is setting up your power profile. And what I want you to think about here is you can go with the route of personal brand, or you can go with route of a regular brand and agency brand, which I did. They both work the same way. It just depends what your niche is more up to and more open to. The things that you want to think about are your photo. It needs to be a professional photo if you're going to go with a personal brand. Inside of the bio, you want to have what you do, who you help. For example, I help brands sell more without going viral with the 1% method. Then you want to have the link. Link here is for applying to my newsletter. If you're offering done for you service, then you can just have a link to your VSL or link to your website so they can check it out what you do. Using the story highlights here, you can use them as a sales funnel. Now, let me explain that. You can have your results and your testimonials right here displayed. So whoever lands here, they're going to check it out and see that you are actually legit. And the last part is having your pinned videos. Now, this is probably more important than the story highlights because everybody checks the first 3 posts. And you need to make them to be first your story, who you are, how you started out. Then you need to think about your specific and special system that you have. Okay, so if you do web design, why is your web design different than anybody else's? What do you offer that's different? What's special about your method? It can be nothing, but you have to you need to make a fugazi, whoever you want to say that. You have to make some sort of a fairy dust out of that to make people be like, wow, this is special. I need this. Let me check it out. And the last pin video or pin post can be your testimonial. Here, I don't have it currently, but I'm going to show you in the second account how it is all structured. So this is my agency account. It's a local creation agency. I went with my country because there is literally no competition here, and I was able to make a monopoly on construction companies. You can see there is a logo here. I don't have my face because construction workers, business owners, I tested out, it didn't work. So for me, it worked much better just to have a brand so they see it's like a legit business. And also, like, Croatia is kind of like a Balkan country, so not a lot of people are used to using Instagram here, like in a business way, but this works. So if you're in any other country that's a little bit more developed, you're going to have a great success with this. Going from the professional logo, you need to have, again, bio, what do you do, who do you help? Then you need to have, here I have a link to my landing page. I have a story highlights, sales funnel, where I have the results, the testimonials, my system broken down if somebody wants to see that. And again, I have these pin videos where I show who are we, what is special about my system. Here it says the secret to our success. And then I have a testimonial here, like what was I able to achieve in 2 weeks with one of my best clients that I have. Now, before we go into the third step, I want you to quickly see the funnel that we are using on Instagram, because if you don't know where we are moving ourselves, then you are not really clear what are we doing. So you can see the funnel has 3 layers. First layer being getting the new followers. And you can see here we are using Instagram ads. We are using direct Instagram ads to get using either profile visit campaign or using the lead generation DM campaign. I'm going to explain that later on. So you're going to get new followers and new leads and new DMs. And then you have the nurturing part, because not everybody who follows you immediately would buy from you and is going to convert. You need to nurture them. This is the trust issue that I was having that I was able to solve. I'm using here the 1% content via stories and reels to make people more warm and more like just aware that I'm a human being, that actually there is somebody behind the brand. And here is where the magic actually happens. And the last step is the conversion phase, where either using DM script and the landing page, where you basically have like a sales call recorded, or using DM script plus the sales calls, you are converting people to your clients. Now, speaking about the third step of reactivating your current followers, this is applicable only to people who already have a brand. They have a following, but they never did anything to their followers. They never did any sort of sales there. What you can do is really simple. You can do a story launch in 3 stories. First one being showing your results and testimonials. Second one being explaining your new launch. It can be a discount, it can be a limited spots, new offer, whatever you think that it's, whatever it's like a direct offer there. You need to show people that you have something. And then the last story is a call to action story. You can either have a hand raiser or you can have simple DM me a word and let's get started. A lot of people don't react on stories. They can see your stories. You can see like there is a lot of viewers, but nobody reacts. So what to do in that situation? Because you're just starting with this funnel, you can just DM all of your current followers personally. So after the story launch, you can reach to all of your followers and send them manual messages. Hey, I have this new offer. Do you want to test it out? Okay, so what I've seen this does is when you send DMs to people, they usually react, especially if they watch your stories. Okay, so in this case, you're going to send it to everybody just to reactivate your current followers. And if you don't have them, then you're going to go straight to the 4th step. And the 4th step is attracting new leads, actually new followers. Okay, so here we use Instagram direct offer ads. Now, what do? They can be either a profile visit ads to get followers, or they can be direct offer lead generation DM ads to get DMs. It's a little bit longer name, right? But it's this is probably the key that was different from any sort of personal brand, a coach, or any sort of a direct sales ad. Okay, so there is no, as you can see, no direct appointment setting ads. There is no like book a call with us. There is no booking call. There is just either DM us or follow us. But the image is going to stay the same. For example, these images here, these ads, I was using to book calls, right? But they're as easily usable for these sort of campaigns. They are direct offer ads, but they're getting you DMs and followers. So this is completely different from any funnel that I've seen by now, and that's why it's working this well. And also, this is why you can close deals only with 20 followers, because they are all high quality buyers. If you have 20 followers, but they're all business owners, it doesn't matter if it's just 20. If they see that you are working well, if you have testimonials, you're a small brand, who cares? They're gonna buy from you. This is how I started. I had 50 followers on my account. And when I did this reactivation thing, I reactivated 2 of them or 3, I'm not sure. I have them somewhere on my story highlights in my profile. And it's the way it goes. Like it really doesn't matter the number of followers you have if the followers are good enough. Now, you can take my whole ad strategy writing template in the first link down below. I've explained how exactly do I create the scripts, how to set it all up, everything about the niche, so you can go and check that out. Now, when people do follow you or DM you, they're not always ready to buy right now. It does happen, but it's not usually the case. And this is why we have this nurturing part of the funnel. Now think of it like this. Let me convert my sales call into the content. And this is it was the easiest for me to create content when I was thinking in this way. Now the themes that I go through are pains of my clients, how can I solve them, desires of your clients and how you can help them achieve them, objection handling, like the price objection, are you a scammer objection, right? Service explanation, like doing your pitch, explaining what are the benefits of your service, and posting your results and testimonials. And we do all of this just through Reels and Stories. And Reels I post 3 times per week using literally pixels, stock footage, where I have like a 6 seconds video of my niche, and there is like a headline and I have like a captions explain something. And I use stories. In stories I have 3 stories per day. Usually I speak about results, testimonials, and I always have call to action at the end. So every day somebody can react, either hand raiser, DM me for something or whatever. Now on the last part of a conversion phase, we are going to use DM scripts and a landing page to convert all of those followers and DMs and leads into the buyers. Now, the DM script framework that I use are some ticks and questions that I want to be answered before I go into the pitch. Now, I need to know before I lay down what I do is where are they now in their business, where they want to be, what are they currently doing and why is it not working? Because they signed into that ad, they followed you, they DM'd you for some reason. You have to find out that reason before you pitch and then you say your price. Like don't tell your price before you know this. Especially this one here. Why is it not working now? Why are they signing it? What's the reason why are they here? Why are they chatting with you? And then you ask, do they want your help? And then you say, explain your system. What I do, I usually just send them the pin video or the pin post, the second one explaining my system. Why am I different than everybody else? And then we continue either to VSL where I send them, or before it will be just going to the sales call. Now I want to speak about when can you go with the landing page VSL setting and when can you do sales calls. So if you have a lot of testimonials, results that you can put on your profile, then you don't need the sales calls. It's gonna raise your conversion rate probably, but I would rather have freedom than to sit on a sales calls all day. For example, now I have to have a sales call. I'm watching it 5 p.m. and I know I have to wrap this video quickly because I have a sales call coming in. I don't want to have that, but this guy, he knows the price, he knows everything, but he just wants to get something technical, settled. So that's why I have to jump on that. But I would rather not to, right? Having sales calls in this way, it's much different because they already they know everything. They just want to make sure that, hey, like there is actually a human being behind. So it's much more relaxed way. Landing page, as I said, landing page VSL if you have a lot of testimonials, and sales calls if you still don't have them and you need to make sure that you close them. You need to make sure that you have clients coming in. Now, if I had only one key that I want you to take away from this video is you have to produce content and you have to produce trust with your content. If you start being a consumer and you start being a producer in 2025, you are going to profit. You just have to find a way to create good content and you are going to sell. Create trust and your leads are going to buy. And if you want to see a detailed blueprint of how I create my content in the exact same way and how I get that trust that everybody needs, just go to the first link in bio. I have the freebie there. I hope it is going to be out of a lot of help for you.